I'm Evan Slack, and this is This Week, Last Night. It's that time of year. Just 1 week until you can go get trampled by desperate shoppers, tackling each other to save 25 cents on the last Tickle Me Elmo. That's right, Black Friday is right around the corner. Every year, some of the biggest sales of the season include tech devices. Laptops, tablets, smartphones, smartwatches. The list is endless. It's no doubt that Apple is on the front edge when it comes to technological polish. But have you ever wondered just how Apple makes these beautiful devices? Oh yeah, so beautiful, I love them. Along with many other tech companies, Apple utilizes factories owned and operated by a company known as Foxconn. In particular, Apple's iPhones and iPads are constructed from start to finish in these factories at their Chinese locations. Apple is specifically notable for being one of Foxconn's biggest customers. Now, what many of you would be surprised to hear is that Foxconn is renowned for its horrific human rights infractions. Foxconn has a long history. The company is guilty of many violations of ethics, so much so that if each one was an iPhone generation, you'd not only be missing your headphone jack, but also your home button, power button, and touchscreen, and pretty much everything else. As seen here. Foxconn has awful human rights policies when it comes to the health of their 1.4 million workers. Many of these workers live on on-site dorms in the luxurious, beautiful broom closets.
This is home. How long have you guys worked here and lived here?
After 12 hours here, many head home to a nearby dorm room they share with 7 other workers.
And if you think your benefits package bad at work, listen to this. At Foxconn, workers are paid a leisurely 12 hours, or work leisurely 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. The workers get paid $2 an hour. Now complain to your boss now. The production lines give ample working room for each worker, and the pace is challenging enough to require selective hiring process, resulting in crowds outside hoping to get a job.
Are there?
Around 141.
141 steps.
But it is time now to think different about Apple. Because here it is. This is where your iPhone was born, and these are the people who brought it to life.
My name is Bill. Nice to meet you.
I'm first struck by how young they are. Not 13 like some of the horror stories I'd heard, but 17, 18. No one looked over 30. I know many came from poor villages out in the countryside with the hope of making $2 an hour, but their haircuts prove that teen style lives everywhere. I was expecting more automated assembly, more robots, but the sleek machines that dazzle and inspire and change the lives of people 8 to 80 are mostly made by hand, after hand.
When founder and CEO of Foxconn, Derry Gu, was asked about this, he said, "As human beings are also animals, to manage 1 million animals would give me a headache." I know how it feels, Terry. Now, one Chinese reporter said that he must have misread a statement which, if you're a logical, normal human being, is pretty accurate. Now, this has led to an increase in the drive for automation. In fact, according to BBC, over 5,000 factories are going to get rid of some of their workers with $615.5 million. Now, this is going to end up decreasing work by 35% according to Oxford and DeWitt, which is going to really affect Foxconn. I mean, those workers have to step up their game. Foxconn is a growing business. The Chinese government is not helping. The Chinese government is actually not even providing adequate response to regulate Foxconn, which means it's growing exponentially, and there's a lot of bad health issues. They don't even get paid enough to help their family who are dying from the pollution made by the factory that they're working in. Go figure. Foxconn also has issues when it comes to their clean environments, but they've actually been getting better, which is quite surprising. But let's give them a round of applause, shall we? Well, if only the increase in cleanliness was unbiased. The only reason these changes have come around is because they need to happen to secure a deal with a medical electronics company. A reporter at Business Insider stated workers in Foxconn live their lives like a clock. They work, they get off, then they go to sleep. The next day, repeats the same thing. The reporter admitted that the only way for the Foxconn employees to really get out of the cycle is to kill themselves, which leads to our next point of controversy. Welcome to Trampoline Land. Woo-woo! The most intense chain of outdoor trampoline parks in the world, located at the nearest Foxconn factory near you. Due to the intense conditions of Foxconn, there have been an alarming rate of both successful and attempted suicides. That's right. They want to end the never-ending stress with the only way to cure it, suicide. Okay, these suicides have resulted in tighter restraints and safety precautions being put into place.
The original footage has been removed because it joked about suicide, a topic that should never be considered a joke. While mentioning these jumps was crucial to understanding Foxconn's past, it is extremely important to understand that things have changed over the recent years. Both Apple and Foxconn have made great strides in ensuring both the mental health and the happiness of the employees at these facilities. The number of suicides was alarming considering the amount of time between the first and the last jump. Since 2010, Foxconn has made significant strides to better the quality of their facilities for the employees, as it was even rumored that Apple threatened to stop using Foxconn as their manufacturer. Instead of losing Apple's business, Foxconn decided to provide 24/7 access to counselors, internet cafes, a number of sports fields, and many more ways to spend free time on the campus.
It's This Week, Last Night with Evan Slack. Have a good evening.